Hi y'all. How are y'all doing? Today is Thursday. Thursday the 24th. Let me see. Thursday the 24th. How are y'all doing? I'm struggling. I am so struggling. Monday, I wanted to call out of work, but of course, I don't have any more ADA time, medical accommodation time for the rest of the month. So, yeah, I'm stuck working all this week. But when I logged in on Monday, early, like around 8:30, because I start at 9, I put in for Monday and Tuesday off of next week. I'm like, that just gets me a little bit closer to September. And that will be paid. That's vacation time. I'm just trying to wrap my head around working consistently like I was in the past. It's been tough. Now, y'all know I go on these roller coaster rides, right? I have these extreme highs. I feel untouchable. Your girl doing her thing. I'm on point. And then I have my lows, right? So, come to find out, y'all, of course, after speaking with psychiatrists in the past, they always said I had major depression, right? But towards the end, they died. My previous psychiatrist, the one that deals with the medication, was like, "That's considered bipolar." You know, and if y'all been watching me for some time, I'm like, man, I love when I feel untouchable. You know what I mean? I'm on top of my stuff. Your girl feels good, and then I'm like, crash, and then I'm like, oh. So that makes more sense, right? Because when you just have depression, it's just like, wait, am I usually on this high? If that's me, then I feel good. But it's always like this thing. So, getting diagnosed with bipolar, it made perfect sense. Perfect sense, you guys. Because I will say this, if for the past like couple of weeks, I've been in this low. Y'all know I've been struggling to go to Amazon. I've been struggling to go to my full-time job. Um, I'm trying to stay out of Amazon until Octoberish. I have an appointment. If you guys don't know, my most recent psychiatrist, she left the company that I go through my job, my full-time job, and I had to find a new psychiatrist. I had an appointment with them in the month of August, but because your girl used up all her medical accommodation time, um, I was like, I have to book something in September. So I have an appointment with them on September 6th. I just want a happy pill. I just want a happy pill. I'm tired, y'all. I'm tired of these ups and downs. It's so frustrating. So very frustrating. Like, I have goals, I think we all have goals. We have things in life that we want. But then you feel like, man, there's something actually holding me back. I just want to scream. I just want to scream. I want to cry. I'm very, very frustrated because I'm at my low. I'm not at the low, but I'm just at my low. I haven't been taking care of home. I cooked recently. I told you guys chicken and spaghetti. The spaghetti is gone, so we still have the chicken, which nobody. I've tried a little bit of it. It's decent. But I'm just like, we're gonna eat that. um, but yeah, y'all, I'm just tired. I'm just tired. So I'm happy. This week has been going by super slow. I'm like, I need to hurry up. On Monday, I told my manager, I said, is there any way I can, get off, And he was like, he mentioned something, but it would have to still go up to his manager, and he didn't take it that route. I didn't even continue on, y'all, with asking. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I gotta start getting logged in. It's only 8:36. But I do like to get my computer pulled up by 8:50. Oh, you guys. um, Like for me, I'm approved to go back to work today at Amazon, but I did file an extension because I want to get my medication right. This is what I told myself. Okay, yeah, Candace, you have goals, but you have to focus on yourself. Take it slow. And I told you guys, I'm taking it slow. I know I have goals, but Candace, these goals will be there for you. You just may have to go at them at a slower pace, and that's okay. That's okay. And me with my goals, y'all, I like to stick to them, and I just have to understand, like, it's hard for me to kind of step back because this is not what I want, but at the same time, this is what I need. So yeah, once I go to my doctor, I'm gonna have them fill out the paperwork at Amazon for intermittent leave up to like 2 to 4 times per a month, as well as saying I can go back to work as of like Octoberish, because I'm sure that this new psychiatrist, I think our first meeting is like an hour. It's a while. It's like an hour because it's like we're starting off with everything, right? We're starting off with them getting to know me, and I think that's one of the worst parts of having to go a medical route, having to speak with a new doctor, all of this stuff. And then in the back of my head, I'm like, people ain't gonna believe me. My doctor's not gonna believe me, you know. And I know they don't pass judgment, well, they're not supposed to, but in my head, I'm like, they're gonna be thinking I'm okay. Girl, you got 2 jobs, you're doing good. What's your issue? You know what I mean? That's where I think, and I know some people that maybe even be subscribed to me, you know, or that may look at me and watch my videos like, girl, you okay? You smiling? You got money? You're not struggling? Oh, I'm struggling. I'm struggling. I'm just mindful of my finances. I've always been this way. But also, on top of that, being a single mom, just being a single person. I'm not a single mom, I'm a widow. Okay. If my husband was alive, I probably would still be a single mom, even if he was in our life. But still, y'all, it's been tough. It's been tough. But yeah, y'all, yeah. I'm just trying to take it slow. But yeah, hopefully with this new doctor, I just want a happy pill. Give me a happy pill, you know. Even if a pill just mellows me out, I'd rather take that versus being through these highs, ups and downs. I just want a mellow pill. Can you give me that? You know, and I know every medication is different. So with my previous psychologist that, you know, left, they wanted to put me on like, or give me a medication for anxiety. Like when I feel my anxiety spiking up, I could take this pill, right? So it's like on a spot type of thing. And I told them I wanted to see how this new medication would treat me. I just didn't, my whole thing was with medication, it takes up to probably 2 to 3 months to really see the benefits. So for me to keep adding on medications, you figure I got off Wellbutrin. That took some time to see how that would work. I was just on Lexapro, and then we weaned off Lexapro. I was put onto this other medication, Lamotrigine or something like that. So I was on that, and they were like, oh, let's get you into another medication. But I waited like 2 months before anything. I said I want to give it some time, you know. And then I seen that with me not having the Lexapro, my anxiety was up, you know. So at that point, they put me on this other new medication, and I've been on that. And, you know, with my last meeting, they's like, we could put you on something else. I'm like, I have to see how these medications work for me. It's a process. It's a process. I've been doing this for years. And then you figure this, right? For the previous years, I was considered as major depression, right? Major depression, PSTD, like post-traumatic stress disorder. So they mention those things, right? And then, you know, later on, they were like, well, you have these extreme highs and lows. That's bipolar, you know. So, yeah. And then, you know, there's medication for bipolar. So, like, I just recently, like, over the past, like, year, or so, I, year or two, I've been put on, no, past year or something like that, I've been put on bipolar medication. But like, it's a process and your body reacts a certain way. My whole thing was I'm gaining weight, which I was. I haven't stepped on a scale recently because I'm just like, Candace, bump the weight. Now, I didn't, sometimes, my thing is I don't want to balloon up like I did before. I'm hoping I'm at the 260 mark. I'm probably at the 270 mark right now. I don't know. But like, I'm just like, Candace, bump the weight. But when I start working out or start getting my life together and actually doing something physical, I just want to be able to lose weight. Diabetes and high blood pressure runs in my family. I was pre-diabetic before, for a little bit, and then that changed. That was years ago, but ever since then, everything's been good. My blood pressure's been good for years, and they'd be shocked because I'm a heavier girl and high blood pressure runs in my family. But for the most part, y'all, I eat good, and stuff like that. But I don't know, y'all. John Mass is gonna start working, and I don't know when his first day will be, but yeah, he got to fill out his last night. He got to fill out his how he wants his paycheck to be broken up. So he, asked me like, should I put in my savings and then transfer the money into my checkings? I talked to him about, hey, with savings accounts, you can only make an outbound transfer up to 6 times per month before you get penalized, and it changes it into like a checking account. So he's thinking about, doing it into his checking and then transferring money into his savings. But I'm happy for him. I told him don't rush trying to work, because I am so adamant about enjoying youthhood, enjoying it, But at the same time, for him to enjoy it, it's like he wants to go out, he wants to buy things. If y'all know Jamez in the past, he's a saver. He is a saver. But now that he's graduated, not even just that, he's graduated and he has his license and he has a car, right? So he has so much more freedom. In the past, I didn't have him in a bubble, but I wasn't strict, but I was strict. You know what I mean? As your child ages, you have to go in steps. Like, I'm not going to give you all the freedom in the world at 12 years old. You know what I mean? Not at 16 years old. So now that he's graduated, he's 17, and I'm like, you got more freedom. He's a very good kid. He's responsible. So I don't mind that, So that's where I'm at. And he's enjoying it, He's enjoying being able to get in his car, go to the stores, go to see his people, go out and have fun, eat out with them. And, I give him an allowance. His allowance used to be $50 per month. He used to save that up. And then, if he wants something, he'll, buy it. Sometimes I would give him an advancement, just like with his headphones, So, yeah. And I understand this. Now, he's out of school early. He wants something to do. He actually is like, Mom, I need money. I need money. That basically the $100 I'm giving him is not enough, And I understand that. Because I told him, when you get this money, you are spending it fast, eating out all the time, trying to go out and do things all the time. That $100 ain't gonna last, So, and I'm a giver. But at the same time, I have to take a step back and be like, no. I gave, like, for our food out category this month, I gave him $30, and I used the $30 for whatever I wanted, which was pizza, basically. And, I would eat half of the pizza, he would eat the other half. And then the other thing I was thinking about, I think I did it last month. Don't quote me. I think I did it last month. July. Yeah, I think it was in July. The fun money. I gave him like $50 out of that, because my whole thing was, during the summer, I wanted him to have fun. So you figure he has his allowance. And then on top of that, I'm giving half of the food out category, because I have to still have food, right? And be able to treat myself. And then fun money. That's almost roughly around $200 per month if you think about it, right? And I'm just like, because what I kept seeing is that, he's using up his $100 really fast. And that was during the summer. Now I was thinking, school time, his friends are still, they're seniors now, Some of his school age friends, they could have definitely graduated early like him. Some people weren't thinking of it like that. And I will say, like, a lot of kids, parents don't really think like that. Like, oh, you can get out of school early, because a lot of them get early release. They have like 2 classes, and that's it. They could have took those 2 classes last year, but yeah, Jamez got out early. The job market ain't cool. I told you guys he applied for Chick-fil-A, Big Lots, Chipotle. That was the second time, but the only reason why I think he really got in is because one of his friends stayed on the manager. His friends seen that they denied him the first time. They didn't want any more school age kids. But then, kids are starting to go back to school. And on top of that, kids are, some college age kids are going back to college. So they seen that a lot of people, or a lot of kids were leaving. So they were like, hey, do we have any openings? So I'm happy for that, because other than that, y'all, I don't think he would have gotten a job just yet, to be honest. Yeah, just being really, really honest. What other jobs? I applied for him at a place called Gabe's around here. It's like a clothing store. I've never been in it. And some other places. He applied for other places, no response. Big Lots, he did have an interview, never heard anything back from there, but he's been applying for jobs. I applied for 2 jobs for him. Nothing, y'all. And I will say, like, some of these jobs that say that they're hiring, they want you to be 18 years old. He's 17 years old. So him being out of school early is a plus. But at the same time, some of these jobs are like, you have to be 18 years old. And I'm like, okay, well, he can't do this. He can't do that. He can't do this, And then it's kind of like, I know some people were like, oh, apply to the stores, like Publix and stuff like that. He applied for Publix in the past. That was years ago when he turned like 16, 14-ish, 15-ish. He never got a call back. So he hasn't recently applied for that. His thing was like, I don't want to go back in the food industry, but times are tough. And he was like, I just want extra money, Now that he's out of school, he's like, I don't care, And plus, his friends work there. 2 of his friends work there. And he knows some of the other kids from, high school. So, yeah, y'all. I'm happy for him. I'm very happy for him. As I mentioned in my previous video, I will cut back on what I give him in regards to, like, money. Like, I will say this. For the month of September, I'm going to let him save up his paychecks, right? But starting in, like, October, because they said they will give him around 18 hours per week, which is very, very good. He'll be making between, like, $13.50 through like $14 an hour, which is good. I think our minimum wage here in Virginia increased to like $12 an hour. That was like a couple years ago when he was working at Marco's. As soon as he kind of left Marco's, they, like a couple weeks prior, the minimum wage increased. So yeah. But yeah, I will say, like, he didn't force himself. I'm not forcing him to work, but I understand at the same time he wants money. And for me, even with my $1,000 challenge that I did do, I really did want to give him $500, but at the same time, I'm like, I can't fund partying, you know what I mean? And plus that was for me, so I had to really scale myself back and be like, Candace, this is for you. And I will say, I do want an office chair. This one works just fine, even though the armrests are like beat up and like chewed up. But one of the chairs I was looking at is like $300. Yeah, I've told you that before. And I'm not buying me no new office chair. Office chairs are expensive. Back in the day, you could get a good office chair for $70, $80, $90. That's what I kind of got this one for. And I've had this for how long? For years, you guys. Years. And I think it was since 2017. And that was a splurge for me. Now these chairs cost $250. The same exact chair, y'all. $150, $200 for the same exact chair. Nah, I'm good. But in my head, I'm like, man, this challenge was for me. But at the same time, y'all know I'm very logical, and I'm like, Candace, your brakes are squealing. My brakes work fine. They probably just need to be resurfaced. But I know when I did my my yearly inspection, there was something else that they say that I could use, but they said it's not needed immediately, and they say you can hold off on that. I know there's going to be something that I have to get fixed on my car, so I'm like, Candace, just put that in your new car fund, which will be for my car or car repairs. Jamet's car is fairly new. Well, it's a 2018, and I don't foresee anything happening with his car anytime soon, but you just never know, right? So I'm being very logical. Yeah, I could splurge on myself, but my whole thing is I don't need anything. I'm not a spender. Sometimes I get into those moods, especially when I'm on my highs. I'm like, ooh, let me buy myself something. And that's part of being bipolar, right? It's just like your logic kind of goes out the window. And that's what I seen. Like, I'm learning, y'all. I'm learning because I'm like, sometimes I'm like, let me buy myself something. And then I'm not that type of person. Why am I feeling like I can buy myself anything? I don't care. I'm a hot mess, y'all. I'm a hot mess. But yeah. Amazon, I'm supposed to go back to work today, but I put in for an extension because I want to definitely get myself right. I have to get myself right, y'all, because the thing is, if they put me on a new medication, which I know they will probably add a new medication to what I have right now and see how this works in with the other two medications I'm on, and then make adjustments from there. This is what I tell myself, Candace, why do you keep trying to push yourself to go back to Amazon? I'm on a final written notice. Take it slow. Speak to this new doctor. Give your time to get kind of adjusted to the new medication. Give yourself like a month to kind of get adjusted to this new medication. See how this works out for you and go from there. And that's my plan, y'all. That is definitely my plan. I'm so tired of trying to just keep pushing myself and then kind of backtracking on what I'm trying to do because of medications and my mood. Like, Candace, stop, because guess what? You're digging yourself in a deeper hole trying to act like you're at this high. You're not at this high. You're down here right now, and act like it, Get the help you need. Take the time off that you need, and that's where I'm at, y'all. I just try to push myself. That's basically what it is, and I just need to stop it. But yeah, you guys, it's a constant struggle. But yeah, I'm okay. What else is there? Yeah, I think that's about it. Y'all. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. Really, I'm at a loss for words at times because I'm just like, I just want to be okay. Can I just be okay all the time without having these ups and downs? Hopefully I could finally find a medicine that doesn't make me balloon up, um, but also at the same time make me feel consistently okay, you know. And that's the thing. It's just complicated. It takes time to find a medication. There's so many medications out there. Sometimes you feel good with the medication, sometimes you don't. And I know I was on a medication before that was added, not recently, but in the past, it made me restlessness. Like I was just like fidgeting constantly. I was just like, I can't stop moving. Like I was just constantly, having that restlessness. That was not for me. I felt like I was going crazy, you guys. But yeah, I'm very happy for Jamez, and it's just time for me to kind of figure out, hey, Candace, financially, mentally, take it slow. But I really want to be able to work without having to keep pausing and taking unpaid leaves of time. As I mentioned, I'll have a 4-day weekend coming up. I really need it. I really need it. Hopefully, for the month of September, I won't have to use my unpaid time off as much. But we'll see. Okay, it's 8:58. Your girl gotta start logging in completely. So I'll talk to you soon. Bye.